Welcome to this week's English edition of Papa TV. We're glad that you've joined us. The road between St. Istvan Ut and Grove Ut is closed due to utility construction in and around the main square. Traffic is being routed toward Teruk Balint Ut and Varkert Utsa, with the exception of buses, for which a temporary bypass has been put in place. According to Laszlo Vurush, general manager of the Boroslan Construction Company, part of the bypass had to cross the green area in front of the Esterhazy Castle, which connects the castle's driveway to Grove Ut. It was built on a rubble base with coarse asphalt spread on top. Large road signs have been posted advising drivers of detours, which will be in effect until the end of utility construction next summer. An exhibit called The Twin Towers Became Symbols opened at the HEMO, the Hungarian Officers Club, in Papa. On September 11, 2001, the towers of the World Trade Center in New York were destroyed and became the symbol of senseless terrorism and destruction. At the same time, they became examples of human compassion and selfless assistance. Lieutenant Colonel Dan Clark, commander of the Heavy Airlift Squadron at Papa Air Base, delivered the opening remarks. He said, in part, "From the darkness of that day rose the resolve of America and its allies. People joined together to save lives and restore legal order." Gyula Buzás is a coin collector and a member of the Hungarian Numismatic Society's local chapter. He said the events that transpired 10 years ago defined the beginning of this collection. In one form or another, the Twin Towers appear on each item on display. The exhibit is open to visitors until the end of September on the second floor of the HEMO. Part of the sidewalk in front of the Esterhazy Hospital has been closed because of stucco falling from the building's facade. It became a pressing issue for hospital management after stormy weather in July. Building safety inspectors from the fire department were summoned to examine the street-facing walls. Dr. Ibolya Vurush, general manager of the hospital, said that when firefighters thumped on the stucco, it easily separated into large chunks and fell to the ground. Based on the recommendation of the fire department, the police ordered a partial sidewalk closure in front of the hospital. The Department of Urban Development will repair the facade. In past years, neither the city nor the hospital had the financial means for maintenance on the outer walls. Dr. Vurush said that the front of the building will be repaired by the city. Safe entry has been secured for the patients of the hospital's diabetic care department, but due to the temporary sidewalk closure, the OTP Bank ATM will be unavailable. The third annual Erzsébet Town Day was held over the weekend at Béketér near the train station. The day started with a stew cooking competition, and Master of Flavors Tamás Gyimóti offered ideas for kettle cooking. Proceeds from the event were donated to the Erzsébet Kindergarten. It has been 100 years since the Urdom officially became part of the Erzsébet town, and that the building of the train station was built. This is, by the way, a rare architectural find in the northwest Transdanubian region. Szabolcs Medieri, a landscape architect and regular contributor to the popular TV show Blooming Hungary, shared advice on flower planting, landscaping, and herb gardening. The time-honored tradition of the In Hiking Boots Nature Touring Circle and the popularity of its events have helped membership grow from 35 to 70 in just 1 year. Miklos Dubrunte, leader of the group, said they visit several locations every 1 or 2 weeks. About 30 hiking events were organized last year. The circle's primary goal is to help its members discover the beauty of the Bakon mountain region in each season throughout the year. This season starts with a tour from Herend to Bakonbel through Augustin Tonya. Club members will travel to East Bakon on September 24th to hike the Dudar Cliffs. Later this fall, they plan to visit Dubrunte and the surrounding trails and possibly make a trip to Varpalota. The Papa Riding School added a hussar wedding to its repertoire. It tells the story of a 19th century count, Sándor Móricz, also known as the Rider of the Devil, who had to pass various trials to earn the hand of his bride. The performance includes stunt riding acts, such as a horse and rider jumping over a girl lying on a table. From May until September, nearly 5,000 guests enjoyed this and other events. According to Laszlo Kocsis, operations manager at the Papa Riding School, 1,500 people visited in 1 week in May, and in July there were more than 2,000 visitors in a week. 40 sports clubs welcomed more than 1,000 students to a sports selecting event where they could try any or all of the 35 sports activities being demonstrated. The Black Bunny Rock and Roll Club and students from Lajos Tarsi Elementary School performed for attendees. Then Mayor Tamás Aldozó opened the event. He said he hoped that each student would find the sport for which they possessed a special talent. Péter Toth, organizer of the event, was quite satisfied with the participation. He said that school principals were very supportive. They were concerned that students would disappear right after the opening, but great weather and a fun atmosphere helped make it a successful event. Thank you for watching this week's English edition of Papa TV. We'll see you again online next week.